Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? You're going to see my face in a few seconds. I'm just waiting for more people to join. If you are joining us for the first time, please let me know where you are watching us from today. We are excited to have you join us this evening. What is the time and where is your location? LaShawn, it's your first time. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Mercy. Thank you for joining. Hi, Sam. Hi, Evan. Netherlands. Hi, Adu Johnson. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Dentist Show Live. It's been a minute. It's been a little while since I've done some lives, and I'm trying to get back into it. But I'm so happy that you guys have been able to join me. Today, we are talking about the Diaspora Transition Network, assisting the diaspora in their transition to Ghana. I have the project manager, the number one UNRO, the woman behind the diaspora transition, is working very, very hard in the background. I have my very own sister, Jennifer, on here, who, Jen, obviously you have to tell us a bit about your background because you've transitioned to Ghana. It's been a few months now. So you could talk about how your transition has been, and then we can talk about the network which has been launched. So please go ahead, Jen, and talk about what you were doing in the UK and why you decided to move back.
Okay, thank you very much, Denta. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to speak to you all this evening and share a bit about myself, a bit about the network, and hopefully be able to engage with you guys a bit more. So my name is Jennifer Jankofa. I recently transitioned to Ghana, just September gone. I decided to leave literally everything and relocate and start afresh in Ghana. Um, some might ask why Ghana or why did I even leave? Prior to me coming, I've been a teacher, a secondary school teacher, for many years. Um, I enjoyed the job. I enjoyed aspects of it. Yes, there were aspects that were, quite heavy going, the stress levels and so forth. But generally, I enjoyed being with the kids. And I think that's what really motivated me and kept me going within the profession. But alongside my teaching, I was always involved in one project or the next. I was always involved in organizing an event, whether it be family events, community events, charity events. I'm always, those that know me can testify that I'm always involved in organizing or bringing people together or doing something of that sort. So I think the experience of COVID as well, the lockdown, people being at home, away from each other, away from family, away from friends. I think all of that combined allowed me and I'm sure many others, a bit of a breathing space to reflect, to evaluate our lives, to think about the next steps in the future. And some of these things we say we are going to do. I've been talking about going back to Ghana for years. I used to work in Ghana in the early sort of like 1999 to 2000. I was in Ghana working. And from that time, I was always saying, I'm going to come back to Ghana. I'm going to come back to Ghana. But I think,
Where were
especially
you
during
working at the time? Where were you working, and how long did you work in Ghana for?
that time I was working at VRA, Volta River Authority. I was working mainly at the head office in an MIS department, but as part of my role, I experienced working in Tema, in Takoradi area, in Akusimbo. They had the power generating plant in Akusimbo with the dam. So I traveled around quite a bit, but my main base was the head office in the MIS department. And from that experience alone, it gave me a good insight to working and living in Ghana. I mean, again, slightly different circumstances, but it gave me a good insight. And I felt to myself that, yes, you know what? I could actually live and experience and settle in Ghana. I mean, being born and raised in UK, coming back and forth, your parents bring you back and forth to Ghana. It's a different experience when you are coming for holiday than to live and to work in Ghana. So having that experience, I definitely felt that, yeah, I could do this. So that
So
was
when
it,
you
man.
when you transitioned in September, I think you arrived. How was the first month?
Yeah. You know what? It came and went so quickly. I mean, I literally came and hit the ground running. There was so much going on, so many things to try and understand, try and engage with, try and learn, and at the same time do. We had a big event happening, so I didn't really have that time to kind of settle in. So all of my, opening up a bank account and all of those bits, Ghana cards, it had to happen after the sort of event. But yeah, it literally hit the ground running. So
Okay.
I don't think I had time to absorb everything. It's only after that I'm like, wow, I'm actually in Ghana.
Yes, absolutely. And I think for those of you who are watching who are thinking of moving back to Ghana or have recently transitioned, I'm going to put up a link on how you can register to be part of the network. So, Jen, tell us about the Diaspora Transition Network, what it is that you do in your role and how you support diasporans to transition.
Okay.
And then the diasporans who are here as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Diaspora Transition Network is effectively a community of diasporans that are either based in Ghana or looking to transition to Ghana. Okay. So what we do is really just support them with the nitty gritty and some of the basics in settling down in Ghana. I mean, I think for me personally, when I did come over, I was none the wiser. I mean, I've heard about things like Ghana cards and, some of the basics, but I didn't have a clue how to go about getting it, how to, even to work out what kind of bank account might be good for me as a diasporan, and maybe whether or not I should open up a dollar account or city, all of those little things that sometimes we take for granted but are so necessary and important. And the Diaspora Transition Network is there to help support, guide, signpost, and engage with people just in the early settlement period when they're just trying to get things done and get used to the system in Ghana. Because apart from getting used to the system in Ghana, there are lots of different things that you actually need to do in order to be able to settle in to the country.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's asking, how do I get the Ghana card? I think these are all things that, we help you with when it comes to transition or getting your Ghana card, or opening an account, or if it's, I mean, you can tell some of the success stories that we've had so far, Jen, and how quickly we've been able to turn things around in such a short period of time.
Exactly. I mean, we've had people. I mean, generally, I think when people come over to Ghana, especially if you're here for a short period of time, we find that people want to get a lot done in that short period of time. And I've realized that systems in Ghana do not work always as smoothly. Things can potentially take a lot longer. So we've had to assist people in trying to get the things like the Ghana card, bank account sorted, passport sorted within a short space of time. You know, Ghana has its pros and cons. And I think as a diaspora, when moving to Ghana, you have to understand that, patience is key. Okay. And not to get frustrated with the system, but to find other ways and means of doing things. If you're used to, I don't know, jumping in a car in UK and sort of like getting to your place from A to Z within a short space of time, but coming to Ghana, you realize that the same distance can take you more than an hour because of whatever. You just have to find ways and means around it. We are able to help support people to get things like Ghana cards, and not just go and line up and have to wait for hours and hours, but inform them with the kind of information that they need prior to going to get their Ghana card done. Sometimes, unfortunately, things are not always readily available, as in the information is not always readily available. And sometimes you find that you have to ask around. So what we try and do is prepare people before they go, rather than they have to go and come back and get something else, etc., etc. So those are some of the things that we try and do to work with people. And, those that have engaged with us have testified how, they appreciate, because I think one of the worst things in Ghana is not knowing the right source or not know where to get that information. And that's what we are here for also, to provide that information. There's no point in going to an appointment and realizing that, you don't have something when you should have had it with you if you engaged with us possibly.
And then what about what happens when you sign up? What's the process?
Are you there?
Jen, did you hear me? What's the process of signing up? What happens?
Okay, so what we do, we have a registration form. So we ask all people interested to complete the registration form. Once you complete that, it will come to our database. We contact you, and once we contact you, we add you, or we inform you of the cost. So there is a cost associated with being part of the network. At the moment, it's 500 Ghana cedis per annum. So that's 500 Ghana cedis per year. So whatever currency you work in, if it's dollars, if it's euros, if it's pounds, you'll just convert it to equate to 500 Ghana cedis. Once that payment has been made, you are then given an opportunity to have a one-to-one with a member of our team. And that one-to-one is such an important meeting, because that one-to-one effectively enables us to understand your personal circumstances, your personal situation. Okay, everybody is at a different stage in their transition. Some have got everything sorted, some know what they want to do, others are a bit, unsure, not sure what to do, not sure where to go. Others, are way back on their journey. They have no sort of like plans just yet to come. But that enables us to tailor the support that you will need for your particular transition. Because everyone is at different stages in their journey. So it's really important that we do go through that one-to-one session. And from that one-to-one session, we're then able to provide specific support for your needs. And, that support is not just a one-off support. It continues throughout your time in that membership with us.
And what have been some of the conversations or some of the things that people really need or are needing help with so far that you've seen?
I've had, to be honest, and the rest of the team, we've engaged with people that have no links or ties with Ghana, and they want to understand things like residency permits. They want to understand the type of visa that they even need to, travel to Ghana. We've had queries about accommodation, types of accommodation, rental, purchasing of properties. We've had inquiries about land, where to buy land, how to buy land. Some have even had issues with land that they've bought that we've been able to work with them, or give them further information on how they can work towards resolving that. We've had we also have a group of people that just want to engage with other diasporans. So possibly already in Ghana or possibly on their way to come into Ghana, maybe the next month or two. And they just want to meet other diasporans. They just want to engage with other diasporans. So everybody's needs are quite different. And that's what we found over the time that we've been running this community.
Okay, some people are talking about residency. I know we've got an event coming up. Can you talk about what we have coming up with immigration? And I'll put the
Yes.
link up as well.
Okay, brilliant. Um, we we realized that residency was um, a big area that people wanted to know more
Hello, Jenny. Okay, I think I've lost Jenny, but I'm sure she'll be back. It's frozen, but yeah, there's going to be with the immigration department in Ghana right here to talk about immigration issues, to talk about citizenship, to talk about residency permits, to talk about extension of visas when you overstay, what happens, how do you do it, and all of that. So many immigration issues that a lot of people concerns that a lot of people have had, that we are going to have a conversation with the immigration service. So that's a good one, LaShawn, for you to be part of. I would suggest that everybody registers with the Diaspora Transition Network, because we are here to provide information. What we have found is that there is a lack of information. Where do you go for information? Ghana is all about who you know. And we've tried to put in the right places or the right organizations that you will need to help you with your transition, whether it's looking for housing, whether it's looking for how to file your taxes, whether it's looking for, okay, I want to set up my business, I want to set up an NGO, where do I go? I want to buy a land, which is a good organization that I can buy land with. Who can register my land for me? So we have all of these people dotted around in the different institutions to help you. Because one of the things that we found is that we don't want people to go back. We want people to stay. Because sometimes the frustration of things is just like, oh, I'm tired. Because we know of a different system where, you don't even have to pick up a phone call. You just send an email and things can be done. Whereas in Ghana, you might even have to print off the letter to the organization, get it signed, get it stamped before you get a response. And even when you get the response, you probably have to go back to the office to get a response, and it's not by email. And so we are the intermediary we are the people who can support you with that, on that journey, because we know that time is not, like, we are fast paced, right? We want things done very quickly. And so, you know, if you are from the diaspora, and if you are, you know, have already moved and you're thinking, I'm still trying to find my feet, or you want to engage with other diasporans, then I would suggest that you register with the Diaspora Transition Network. We are totally here to support you on your journey, to make sure that, you know, you don't get charged the wrong price at different places. You know, whatever it is that you need. We've helped people get their bank accounts. We've helped people get their Ghana card. We've helped people buy properties in Ghana. There was one lady that registered, I think, on a Thursday. No, yeah, she registered on a Thursday, was leaving on Friday. She came to the office, she registered, came to the office straight away. She was like, yeah, she needs a mortgage. She's looking to buy a property. And I was like, oh, you know, we suggested another property for her. She went to look at it. She's like, oh my goodness, this is the property that I want. And literally, she's in the process of getting her mortgage. We've got the right people for her. Another one, Ghana card. She's only got a week in Ghana. I need my Ghana card. I need my passport. And so, you know, we've had to really work hard to make sure that these things are done. And so, right, how do I get dual citizenship? Both my parents were born in Ghana. Yeah, you should be able to get it. So I think please register with the event that we're about to do. I think it's really important that you do, and register with us first. The event is, I think it's, for members is 50 Ghana cedi, for non-members is 150 Ghana cedis. So yeah, Jen, take it away. I think your network,
yeah, went down. Yeah, so yeah, definitely the event that we've got coming up with the Ghana Immigration Service. I mean, we had so many different requests from people, different questions, and to be honest, we don't have the answers to all of them, and we felt the need that we needed to engage with the Ghana Immigration Service because, you know, as they say, you need to get it from the horse's mouth. You need the correct information. And, you know, sometimes when we ask friends or family, they only give the information that they know of. Yeah, it may or may not be right, but it's always good to get it from the original source. So yes, there is an event on the 3rd of March. There's a couple of events, but this particular one is on the 3rd of March, and they're all centered around Ghana independence. It's themed becoming a Ghanaian. What's the process of becoming a Ghanaian? You know, and it's not just about being a Ghanaian or becoming a Ghanaian or getting Ghanaian citizenship. It's also about simple questions like, what kind of visas do I need? I'm a Ghanaian. You know, how can I go about getting my Ghanaian passport? You know, do I need a residency permit? What kind of information do I need to provide in order to get a residency permit? I've extended my visa a couple of times. You know, after a period of time, you can't extend your visa. You need to apply for a different type of permit. And it's very important and it's vital that we get that information correct so that we're not wasting money getting visas when we don't need to get a visa, or you may not need to get a visa. You may, you know, it may be easier for you just to get a Ghanaian passport or a certain type of permit. So it's so important that we engage in that and we understand the processes in place. Other situations where people have been married to Ghanaians, and just that process of actually applying for citizenship. It's so important. We've got scenarios where people may not be directly linked to Ghana, you know, and how and what kind of process do they need to go through in order to be able to stay and become a citizen of Ghana. So all of that is very important. Like I said, on the 3rd of March at 7 p.m. Ghana time, so GMT time. The link will be available or will be open from 6:30 p.m. So please do make sure you join early. Please do make sure you've got your notepads and pens to take notes. It will be a very, very informative session.
Absolutely, it definitely will be. I think that, you know, we've had so many questions, even when we posted it. there's been like so many people like, oh my God, I have questions. There are even people that have, you know, their mother's Ghanaian, their dad's Ghanaian, and they're just like, how do I get my passport? You know, what is the process? So I think that, you know, it's going to be a very, very, very good conversation. So again, I'm putting out the Survey Monkey link for you to register with us, if you have already transitioned or if you're looking at transitioning. You know, what Jenny does so well is that she has a one-to-one session with you. So you have 20 minutes to really talk about what it is that you need. And then she sends you a detailed report of how we can help you and assist you. So again, I would register if you are interested in this. Jen, do you have any regrets so far? Transition. How do you think your life has changed from when you were in the UK to now?
You know what? Regret is a heavy word. It's a heavy word. I'm not sure that I regret. I mean, I can say yes, there are certain things that I miss. I miss Tesco's. Whoever thought I would miss Tesco's? What do they call it? Meal deals. You know, the simple little things like that. I mean, it's just, I miss Walker's Crisp. Not saying that I can't get it in Ghana, but I think it's just a different type of process. You can't sort of like just walk down the road, you know, 5 minutes and get it. Just little things like that. I have not regretted coming. I know it's still early days for me and I'm still fresh, if you want to call it that. But I think it's also a mindset, because when I was coming, or when I decided to come, to be honest, it was quite a quick decision. I've been thinking about it for a number of years, but when I decided, I decided. And that meant that my mind was already planning my being in Ghana. So that is an important factor, because that is what will help propel you as you continue your life in Ghana. And when I say propel you, it will help you overcome obstacles or bumps or dips along the way. You know, some people say, oh, you've got your British passport, you can run back whenever. But at the same time, you need to forget about it, because you cannot be sort of running back when, you know, the going gets tough. And you know, you need to kind of be a bit resilient and just work your way through situations. And that's why it's important to also be around sort of like-minded people, and people that can understand your frustrations or your issues, and effectively talk about how we are all being able to kind of work our way through them. So yeah, no regrets, no, not yet. Maybe ask me that in a year's time, but I'm sure I'll be fine.
But how do you think your life has changed from the UK, where you like work home, work home? Like, did you think that you had a social life, or do you think that you have more of a social life in Ghana?
You know what? I'm the kind of person that I used to work long hours, and you know, the kind of person that will stay at work for hours on end. I always made sure that I engage in lots of different activities. So I wouldn't call it social life, but I had lots of different groups that I was involved in. So I always had that aspect. Ghana, I could just say for me personally, that things just feel a lot lighter. I don't even know how else to describe that feeling, but it's just a lot lighter. I mean, when we talk about stress levels, the stress levels in UK, stress levels in Ghana, sometimes I think the stress levels in Ghana are just foolish, like silly. You understand? It's just like the trotro driver, or, you know, the taxi driver just cutting you up, you know, them kind of silly, crazy scenarios. But again, it's about looking above and beyond those things, because I think one thing that draws not just myself, but probably a lot of other people, is that, you know, we see Ghana as like I don't know if you want to call it fertile land. There's so many opportunities, so many things that are not here that maybe we've seen in other countries that we've lived in, and realize that, hold on, there is a scope to do something in Ghana that hasn't, nobody has thought of, or nobody has, considered doing for whatever reason. So there's lots of things that you can do in Ghana that I believe you may not always be able to do in UK. And yeah, I mean, I don't regret it at all. And, I pray that I continue to have that kind of positive mindset about being in Ghana and, continuing for as long as I can. But I do miss UK. I do miss parts of UK. I do miss little things. Like I said, Walker's crisps. So if anyone's coming, please get me a packet or two.
What about investment opportunities with the Diaspora Transition Network? A lot of people are also interested in investment opportunities. Yeah.
Yes, there are. I mean, one thing that we're also considering doing is an investment series. So looking at different investment opportunities. I mean, I've had conversations with, I think recently I had a conversation with an investment banker in America. He's based in America. He's been there for like 25 or whatever years. He's doing really well, et cetera, et cetera. But I think after one of your shows, Denta, he decided that he wanted to move into, was it poultry farming or cassava farming? Something completely different, something that he's got no knowledge of, you understand? But he sees the scope in Ghana, and he's willing to just, like, leave everything and come and do something in Ghana that he never thought in a million years he would be doing, because he's seen that opportunity. And that's why I say to people that, it takes a certain mind or certain, level of thinking to realize that Ghana is a land full of opportunities. And just take the bull by its horn and just go for it. But at the same time, we have got different events happening. There's one happening on the 1st of March in conjunction with the Beyond the Return team. And that's looking at invest in Cape Coast. So that's looking at investment opportunities in Cape Coast, okay, the central region. So with that, we're going to have investors, we're going to have business people that have actually set up and done stuff in Cape Coast. We're also going to be able to look at the various opportunities that are around that region. So do tune in. It'll be a great event to look at the variety of investment opportunities out there.
Absolutely. And I know a few people have put in the comments box about whether you still need to be vaccinated to arrive in Ghana. It's I would have to find out and share it on the next live that I do. I know that a lot of people still haven't been fully vaccinated or vaccinated at all, and they do want to travel to Ghana. I know that, the president had said that that wasn't going to be allowed, but I don't know whether that's been eased up. Again, I will find out for you on the next one and see whether you can come to Ghana. But it's good to have you all here. Yeah, so Kofi, we're here. We're talking about the diaspora transition. People who are thinking of moving to Ghana or have moved already. We're also looking at a skills database. We're building a skills database of Ghanaians and people from the diaspora who have gained a lot of skills. How do we plug them into the Ghana system? Because as I keep saying, there's still a lot of skills gap that we have here, and we definitely need those skills back here in Ghana. So please, as well as, us trying to help you with your transition, we really want to build this database so that we know that we have psychologists here, we have rheumatologists here, we have, all of these accountants and IT professionals, and whatever it is that you have gained from the outside, please let us know. Again, I'm sharing the link. Please do share the link with others who are planning on moving, who need advice. Maybe it's just advice that you need. If I wanted to get visa on arrival, how do I go about it? We can assist you with all of this. No question is too big or too small. We will make sure that we will find out the relevant information for you. Some people are retired and they're now moving back. That is absolutely fine. If you want to do an internship or, you know, just work for a company, we can assist you to do that. There are a lot of opportunities in agriculture. Like Jennifer said, we are going to be doing a series in investment in agriculture and other fields as well. If you're looking for lands, we're actually going to be having something where you can find land on our website and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go to some questions, Jenny. I'm going to put them up and
Okay,
let's see whether we can answer some of them. So please do send in your questions. We're always happy to see your questions, and please share the link. You never know who might want to watch or have this information. So if you are watching on Facebook, please hit the like button and share. If you're watching on YouTube, please share and also subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay. So EJ has a question.
Wait for me.
No, stop.
Okay. So, what opportunities does Ghana have for retired administrative management? Okay. What opportunities sorry, just make sure I read it right. What opportunities does Ghana have for retired administrative management? If you could expand a bit more on that question, is that a scenario where?
I think EJ saying that, you know, she's a retired administrative personnel, and what opportunities would be here for her. So I know you're retired, EJ. Is it something that you want us to find you, you know, a part-time job or a work experience in a hospital, or we can do that for you? So that you can be up on your feet and still working and sharing those experiences that you have. So definitely there is an opportunity for you. We have been able to place a lot of people either in law firms, in banks, on television networks. So we will be able to assist you with that. So please do register if you can. Hi, Mercy. What name do I use when paying the fees through TapTap, please? The name is Claudia Andrews. I will put it up, Claudia Andrews, and that will be £60 UK when you are paying. Thank you so much, Mercy.
Thank you, Mercy. Wait to move. I need a job, please. Give number. Okay, so Brandon.
Yeah,
Brandon,
please register.
Once you register, then we will have that one-to-one where we can look at opportunities. I mean, as part of the Gooba enterprise, we also have Gooba careers. So they're the aspects that kind of looks at to placing people in jobs, advertising and sharing information on jobs. We also sometimes get organizations that come to us and ask us to recruit on their behalf. So yes, please do sign up. Once we have our one-to-one, I can connect you to the relevant organization or department for you to be able to get into a role.
Yes, EJ, we need customer service. So your skills, even though you've retired, this is what we need. We need you here in Ghana. Okay. Customer service is a big issue in Ghana. And if you are able to come, trust me, a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotels would want to have your input in education, in training. So please, your skills are definitely needed in the motherland. It is 100% needed.
Yeah.
Jen, can you see
this? When are you coming to USA? We want to do... Yeah, or Dana, when are you coming to the USA? We want you to do your show here from the USA. So they want us to go to the USA so that the show can be done in the USA. I have to probably ask which one.
Which of the shows? Is that the Denta show or is that the Diaspora Transition show? Kofi, please clarify. Thank you so much.
Wait for me. Wait.
Thank you, Akwasi. Let's see.
Miles. New Jersey, I really enjoy what you're doing. Can I pay through Sendware app? Yes,
You
I
can.
believe
Yes,
you can. Yes.
So the name for the money transfer is Claudia Andrews.
Claudia Andrews.
Okay, I've seen that EJ is coming in August. EJ, we'll be looking forward to seeing you. Honestly, please do register with us. We'd love to meet you and love to see how we can connect you to stop, baby. Sorry, my son is trying to disturb me whilst I'm
He wants
doing my
money.
Okay.
I've also put the email address in, which will come up.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are any questions or queries or things that are not quite answered on this show, please do drop us an email, and we'll be happy to respond to you. Again, please do not forget to sign up to the network, and you'll also be contacted. So if there's certain questions that are not answered on this show, please do drop us an email and we'll get back to you ASAP.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to drop the link again. I've just shared the email address. Okay, Mercy, payment has gone through. Okay, we will check that out after tomorrow, Monday. When is is today Sunday? Yeah. Yes, we'll be in the office tomorrow. Yes. We will check when we get to the office tomorrow. Thank you so much for doing that, Mercy. But I hope you've registered, right? Because we're gonna be checking on who is registering. So please do register as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The registration is very important because it gives us your details. So it helps us with your email and all the other details that we need to contact you directly. So if you are making payment, please do also make sure that you complete the SurveyMonkey link and complete the entire registration process. And then you will be contacted as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you. So I've put up our email address as well for any questions that we may not have answered during the show. But if you are interested in coming to Ghana, in investing in Ghana, in just coming on holiday to Ghana, we are the organization to get in touch with. We want to make sure that your holiday here or your business trip here is very, very smooth. Whether it's setting up meetings for you before you come with the relevant people, whatever it is, the Diaspora Transition Network is here to help you out. So please, again, I put the email address up here. But Jen, maybe 3 or 4 things that people need to know before they come or how they should prepare before they take their move to Ghana.
Yeah, I mean, Ghana, moving to Ghana is not just a physical aspect. Like I've mentioned before, it's a mindset. You are coming to a different way of life, a different environment. For me, the climate, again, I'm not used to sun all year round and beautiful weather. I'm just used to cold complaints and, grey mornings. But it's a different world. Coming on holiday here again is very different to living here. You need to think about your finances. You need to think about accommodation. You need to think of things that will sustain you initially before you kind of get your foot on the ground and up and running. One thing that I will say to all diasporans or all people wanting to move to Ghana is that you need to come and try and understand the system, understand the way of life, understand attitudes, be able to embrace with people. You cannot come thinking that you are going to fix it all at once or do everything to fix things just like that. No. In order for things to work well for you, you need to embrace what is the norm, shall I say, in Ghana. Not to say that you are going to change yourself completely, no, but you need to work with some of the systems that we have here. I mean, gradually in Ghana, things, have the potential to improve. But you cannot come with that mindset that, oh, you're going to fix everything and, it's just going to happen overnight. No, you will get frustrated. So you need to just take your breath and do things gradually, okay? But really embrace and understand the way systems work here in Ghana. I would say prepare yourself for about at least 6 months. I mean, some people it takes a lot sooner, but prepare yourself for the whole settling in process for about 6 months. I'm not saying that it's going to take that length of time for everyone, but there's a lot to kind of embrace. Okay, again, like I've mentioned earlier, it's a different way of life, different expectations. People's attitudes probably towards you will be different, but that is all part of the whole settling in process. There are some key things that is a big thing now, and it's something that if you don't get it, it's going to prevent you from doing a lot of things. Like I believe in July, you cannot open up a bank account without your Ghana card. There's certain things at the moment you need to make sure that your Ghana card is linked to your SIM. Okay, so you have to, if you've got a SIM, if you've been in Ghana for a period of time and you've got a SIM, you need to make sure you are now linking your Ghana card to your SIM. So we're going through that process at the moment. But yeah, all I say is look for communities. Okay, there are some people that have come to us and asked for possibly an African American community or Caribbean community. Yes, there are communities out there from those various areas of the world. We can also signpost you to them. So just prepare your mind, not just physically moving over, but also your just the fact that you are going to have to kind of take time to settle in to a different environment and different culture, and you'll be fine. We're here to help, we're here to support, and we're here to guide you as best as we can.
Yes, we are here to support, we're here to guide you, and just really make your transition just very, very smooth for you. For me, I think Jen has touched on a lot of things. I think you do need to plan. You do need to come here before. But do you know what? There's been people that have just moved. Some people got locked down here through the COVID and then decided not to move.
They ain't gone back.
Yeah, and haven't gone back. Some people did plan and move. But from the conversations that we've been having with the one-to-ones, there are a lot of people that come in like March, April, May, June, like they're moving the whole family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was also saying, Jen, that there seems to be a lot of either Americans or Canadians that are moving to Ghana. What do you think about that?
Yeah, there is a big shift. I think a lot of it stems from possibly the year the year of the return. Yeah, the year of return. And also we've had scenarios where people have never been to Ghana, or they've had friends that came over in the year of the return, and just from what their friends are saying, they're moving over. So some people that have no ties to Ghana are really wanting to find their home in Ghana now, which is beautiful. I just think it's such a lovely thing that people are now wanting to draw themselves to Ghana and see Ghana as a home. And that's the thing. I think we really need to value what we have going in Ghana. Yes, I do understand that, we've got lots of things that are not happening too well, lots of things that, you know, could be done better. But we also need to look at the potential of what Ghana actually has already. And I think there's lots of people outside of Ghana that see that. And I think those of us in Ghana also need to see that as well. But yeah, there's lots of African Americans, lots of Canadians, people from the Caribbean coming over. And it's such a beautiful thing. It really is.
Yeah. We've just had Stanley Stewart register. He's a digital marketer. He's from the US. And he really wants to know more information and community engaging. So that's really nice to see. He's interested in networking. And this is great. Thank you so much, Stanley. Thank you for registering so quickly on the show. I do encourage all of you to register as well. Oh, there's another person that just registered. Let me have a look. We have Harold. Oh, Harold, you've registered. Amazing, Harold. Thank you so much for registering. So Harold is an investor, which is good. We like that. And from the United States, like I mentioned, actually, he's a retired police officer and teacher's assistant in New Jersey, US. I'm looking forward to moving to Ghana within the next 3 years. So he's planning ahead. This is great.
Good.
You know, there's some people that need to plan, especially if you have the family and all of that. Mentoring programs. Yes. And this is another key thing. I'm so glad, Harold, you've touched on this. You know, we keep saying that we want the diaspora to come, but not everybody's going to come. So, but if you're willing to, you know, mentor people and share your experience with people, this is also something that is so powerful and so needed. And so thank you for saying that, because this is another thing that we would, you know, be happy to have some of you be able to mentor young people and people in different fields with your experience. So thank you for that. Kudos to that. How can I pay in pounds for my registration? Yes, you can. So you can either do it via a money transfer, tap send, or MoneyGram, Western Union. It's £60 in UK pounds, and that gets converted. So please do register, Mr. Kwame Osei. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Okay, I'm interested in coming to Ghana, but the government is mandating people.
The government is what? Sorry.
So, yes, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be finding out whether it's still mandated for people to have their vaccine before coming. I will make sure that next week I'll come back on the live show. I have the correct information for you.
It does change.
Yeah, stay put. We'll definitely share that information with you. We are people who are also looking for husband. You know what? You've touched on Kofi. You've touched on my show. My show is going to be on in 10 minutes. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, and it's a Val's Day special, I'm putting out the link. Subscribe to it, and then you will be able to see about the love situation in Ghana. So, Jen, do you have anything to share with that?
Hey. As for Ghana, dear, you know, it's an open market, I guess. I mean, for those that want and those that have and those that don't want. But, you know, I mean, it's all about being part of a community. I mean, I think just like in any country, once you're part of a community, once you embrace that, you know, of course, you will find love, or you will find that husband or that wife that you're looking for. So it's all about being proactive. You know, you can't lie down and just expect, you know, the husband just to fall down or the wife just to fall around you, but you need to be active in that. That's all I can say. But one thing I will say is that before I forget, the Diaspora Transition Network, we're having a meetup we're having a social for Ghana independence. So that is happening on the 6th of March. So Sunday, the 6th of March. We're going to meet each other physically. We're going to have a laugh, a chat, engagement. And those are the kind of ways that we get to actually embrace each other and actually, just interact with each other, because I think that's sometimes what people are also looking for, not just not just online, or not just to meet people here and there, but to actually have a sit down, a good old conversation with like-minded people. So that's Sunday, the 6th of March, at a restaurant called Fate's Maison. I think I pronounced it correctly, Ghana, which is in, don't laugh at me, Denta, Abelimpe. I keep pronouncing it wrong, Abelimpe. Just, so not Abelimpe, Jowulu, just behind Fiesta Royal. More information will be coming out.
I keep telling you, when you are trying to say something, you have to say Jowulu, so that you get the words out. Abelimpe. Abelimpe.
I'm still learning, but I'll get there. Oh, bless. It's a journey. You've got to enjoy it, and you've got to laugh along the way, because there are loads of things that if you don't laugh, you end up crying. But yeah, you've got to enjoy the journey.
Yeah. Okay. So EJ, I've just put, this is the link that you need to register. I can't emphasize how important it is for you to register. How do I pay? Through PayPal? Yes, Denise, you can pay through PayPal. We'll send you the link. But when you fill out the Survey Monkey, I think we've already put the link in there. But if you haven't got it, don't worry. There will be a response that you will get this evening, and you will be able to register and pay your fee. Some of us hold ECOWAS passport. Is it easier for immigration issues, please? Again, please join the show on the 3rd of March, where the immigration people will be there to answer the questions, because we don't have all the information. Oh, but Kwame, you've mentioned about, I think you should have offer tree classes for returnees. Yes, but there's, groups that the internet's gone. Okay. They even taught my children how to speak tree. So, there are organizations that teach you tree, Ga, whatever language that you want to learn, they will be there. So look, my son learned tree. And EJ, can you do the numbers?
In tree?
Yeah, in tree. Okay, yes. Go on.
Bako, Mianu, Miasa, Enai, Anum, Insia, Enso, Ache, Enko, Edu, Tobacco, Kimianu, Kimiasa, Kinai, Tunu, Tusia, Tunsu, Juache, Junko.
You did it?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes! Do it all over again.
Well done.
But I mean to do it all over.
Why I did more and another one. More, why I did more. Why I did more.
I have to do it again.
Okay, thank you.
Send me the hat.
So, these are all things that you and your family can come and learn tree. Yes, people will laugh at you sometimes when you pronounce it wrong. It does not matter. The main thing is to be encouraged that, look, at least you have the understanding, because it's important. Otherwise, people will try and dupe you. The taxi people, the trotro people, they'll try to overcharge you because they think that you don't know the language or don't understand. The same way we can learn French, Spanish, Urdu, all of these languages, we've learned it in school. Why can we not learn our own? It is important that we put our mind to it and really go for it. So again, I'm going to share out the link for everybody who is looking to register for the Diaspora Transition Network. Oh, there's a few questions. I'm going to go to it. And then we have 3 more minutes. I'll share the link. I need tree classes. Yes, register and we will get Destination Africa to help you with that, George. They can definitely help you with that. I saw
Yeah.
another question
Yeah.
somewhere. Claudia. No, there's not a cutoff point to register.
Oh, of course, yeah. Mention many fields.
There's not a cutoff point.
No
Jenny,
off points.
You have a message here.
Thank you very much, sis. It's a mindset. You just determined and just have to go for it. I think some of the biggest regrets in our lives is not doing the things or making the most of the opportunities. So this is one. You just have to go for it. But thank you very much, sis.
Okay, Jen, a question for you.
What about bringing children to Ghana? Is this expensive? Types of schools. Okay, yes, we've had a number of diasporans that have come to us. And one of the biggest questions is about schools, about, recommendations from parents who actually have their kids in those types of schools. I mean, when you think about it, there are lots of different sort of international schools in Ghana, but which school is going to be right for you and your child? I would say look at the curriculums offered by the schools. Some offer the British curriculum, some offer the American curriculum, others offer different types of curriculums. But look at the curriculum that your child has already experienced and match it with the curriculum that's offered in that school. A number of schools also offer the IB, which is an international qualification that is accepted in different parts of the world. Also look at the international qualifications that the school offers and, speak to us about your child's needs. Your child may be strong in sports, so you might want a school that has a really good sports facility or nurtures kids within that field. You may have kids that are very good in the arts and the creative arts. Again, we can tailor our conversations to signpost you to schools that fit that need. So it's really about your individual needs and what it is that you want for your children. There are great schools in Ghana, and the structure, the facilities, the resources available in some of these schools are brilliant. So it's really important that we engage with you in terms of what your child needs before we can actually signpost you.
Fantastic.
And just to add on that, I think it's a very important thing to make sure that your children are also as excited or happy to be moving to Ghana as you are, because I believe, and I remember hearing a diaspora and say this, that the
Jenny, I think you're breaking up again. Or is it me?
the, the
Can you guys hear Jen? Please let me know if you can hear her. If I don't know whether it's on my side that she's breaking.
one of the parts of the battle
Okay.
is getting engaged in the Ghanaian
Okay, we cannot hear Jen. Jen, I think your line has gone off. But I just want to say a big thank you to those who have registered. I want to say a big thank you to those who have registered. I'm just going to mention your names very quickly. So we have Denise. Denise is registered. James Wood. He's from the United States as well. Areas is teaching. Fantastic. We have Denise, educator from Canada. So same space as Jennifer. Thank you all for registering. Thank you. Jenny was breaking up a bit. Jen, just wrap up and then we will end it here.
Yes, I mean, looking forward to seeing you guys in Ghana. Looking forward to actually seeing you and helping you along the way as you make that transition. Think about all the essential things, but do not think too much to put yourself off. I think sometimes it's all about testing the waters, taking a dive and just going for it. And once you are in that space, you just have to make sure that you do what you can to make it work for you and your family. And it will work. And we're there to support you.
We are indeed there to support you. So I've just posted the link of another diaspora transition conversation that I had sometime last week with 3 amazing ladies. It's a Vows Day special, so please join in. They have transitioned. They're sharing their stories on their transition. So please click on the link after this conversation and enjoy that conversation. Again, lastly, I'm going to put on the link for you to register with the Diaspora Transition Network. Jenny, thank you so much for joining me on the show. I think we need to be having talks so people can really get to know us and what we're about, because it's great that we're having these conversations so people understand. Eben, thank you so much. Please do share the link with your guest and your talk show tomorrow. Again, thank you to Destination Africa. You see, they're watching. They're the group that I talked about how they are brilliant when it comes to tree classes, building the children up as well, getting the children's confidence up. They have transitioned with their 3 children. All of them speak Chi like nobody's business, like better than me. Like my Chi, when I met the kids, I knew that my Chi was just bad. My Chi, and they know about homeschooling. I know somebody mentioned about homeschooling as well. So they have homeschooled all their 3 children. So yes, guys, it's exciting. So make sure you tune into the show right now. I have Ivory Prosper, I have Vanessa, and have Akosia sharing their stories on the diaspora transition. Thank you all for joining us on the show tonight. God bless you all. The amount, what is the amount? The amount is £60 if you're in the UK, and it's $90 if you are in the US. But we do, Denise, we sent you an email. Please check your email. You should have an email with the links. And they, all the information is there. Thank you all so much. EJ, we can't wait to have you, our expert in administration and also customer service. Thank you so much. Oh, my son Laquari's watching me. Hey, Kwakwa. Love you, son. Okay. Gotta go now. But
wait, before you go, I'm here when it's Christmas day, I will give you iPhone 12 when it's your birthday. So see you next week. Bye.
I really don't know what that is all about, but it just came up. And it's not when you have a live show at home with your children in the house. But again, thank you all for watching. I hope that it's been insightful and helpful. Log on to the other show now. It's live. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless you all. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jen. Bye.
See you later. Bye.